We've been hearing about the Scarlet Witch returning for a pretty long time now. In fact, pretty much ever since the ending of Multiverse of Madness, where it appeared like she was dead, we've been hearing from insiders stating that she is indeed going to return. But for a while there, when Marvel Studios was basically deciding what to do with the future of the MCU, when they decided to bring Robert Downey Jr. back as Doctor Doom, they essentially started to redo their plans for Phase 5 and Phase 6 of the MCU. And unfortunately, for a little bit there, it looked like they didn't really know what to do with the story of the Scarlet Witch. However, now, it definitely looks like they have a clear path for the Scarlet Witch, and they just teased this big time in the latest trailer, the mid-season trailer for Agatha All Along. And I think that they literally showed us how the son of Wanda Maximoff, Billy Maximoff, was reincarnated into this person that we know right now, or up to now, as Teen. In this trailer, we literally hear Agatha say Billy Maximoff, not Billy Kaplan, but Billy Maximoff, as in his last name is Maximoff, as in Wanda Maximoff. They're not even hiding it anymore. After the last episode of Agatha All Along, although he didn't come out and say he is Billy Maximoff, we heard Agatha say that you are so much like your mother. Then we saw his powers and his crown. So we automatically knew this is Billy Maximoff, the son of Wanda. And Marvel Studios realized that everybody pretty much got that as well, so they're not even hiding it anymore. So they confirm in this trailer, this is the son of the Scarlet Witch. And like I said, I believe they actually confirm in this trailer how he becomes the Scarlet Witch, or I should say, how the Scarlet Witch's children, who she created using magic and then got rid of with the magic, have suddenly returned via reincarnation, and how this will ultimately lead to the big return of the Scarlet Witch. Well, first things first, the next episode of Agatha All Along that is coming out tomorrow is said to be a flashback episode for Billy. And in the mid-season trailer, we see something very interesting. We see Agatha tell Billy, you are so much like your mother, and right after that scene, they show what seems to be a part of WandaVision, where Wanda has her barrier around the entire town. We can see it right here. And what's more interesting is that we can see Billy looking at it through the window of the backseat of a car, and that car goes on to get into a car crash. And what happens next, I don't think is actually that complicated. In fact, it's kind of pretty straightforward. It's very quick, but if you look at Wanda's magic barrier around the town, it looks like it is getting smaller. It looks like it is decreasing. So this is most likely the part in WandaVision where she takes everything away. And she undoes everything, and her kids go away, and Vision goes away as well. So I believe in this exact moment, Billy, or whoever this person's real name is, it could be Billy, it could be Billy Kaplan, and then he gets reincarnated and becomes Billy Maximoff, but whoever this person is before the reincarnation dies. And I believe he dies at the exact same time that Wanda's kids go away. I mean, we take a look at this car running into this tree, and he was on the left side of the backseat of the car, which is apparently right where the car hits the tree in a really big and fast manner. Like, if you just take a look at it freeze framed right here, you could probably say, yeah, that guy's dead. So at this exact moment, Wanda's kids also go away. So I believe the spirit of her son, Billy, went into this body. And the spirit of that boy just went beyond, moved on from this life. So all of a sudden, Wanda's children, or at least in this case, just Billy, although we will talk about Tommy in just a bit, but Billy gets reincarnated into this person. I think that's pretty simple. We've actually seen that happen quite a lot throughout TV history and movie history. And here's the thing, Billy clearly knows who he is. He can clearly use his magic. He made the crown just like his mother's. He knows he's the son of the Scarlet Witch, and he knows he has a family out there, the Scarlet Witch herself and a brother. And we've already heard that there is some sort of a project being developed right now that might happen that is about Agatha and Billy trying to find his brother Tommy. And then of course we have the Vision Quest series, which is believed to have Tommy in it. But in this trailer right here, they basically say Billy is going on the road to get his mother back. Agatha asks him, what does Billy Maximoff want at the end of the road? And he says, power doesn't interest me. I want something else. Yeah, clearly he doesn't need power. He has power. I mean, he was able to mind control 2 people into throwing Agatha into that quicksand gook, and then he threw them in there himself. He is clearly super strong, just like his mother. And in the comics, he is really, really strong as well. In fact, a lot of people fear him because he might be as strong as his mother. So this trailer tells us the Scarlet Witch is definitely involved in the story a lot more than we really expected her to be. And of course, this is all leading to her returning. In fact, we've heard from many different insiders at this point in time that the Scarlet Witch is returning to the MCU, and she's actually going to be a pretty big player in Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars, which obviously, yes, you want the strongest character in the MCU to be a big player in the biggest movies. However, it does seem like there might be a little bit of a catch. She might actually be working with Doctor Doom, which would be pretty insane to see on screen. We'll do a video about that soon, so be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss that video. So all signs are pointing to her return, and also pointing to a family reunion and possibly diving back into the origin of the Scarlet Witch in the MCU, and that comes in the form of Vision Quest and Ultron. Don Cheadle has recently revealed that he doesn't really know what's going on with Armor Wars, and recently Alex Perez said that a lot of Armor Wars stuff was repurposed for someone else's project. Then he posted a GIF of Vision. So we already know what that project is because it's already been revealed. It is Vision Quest. Ultron is returning in Vision Quest, and that's kind of what Armor Wars was going to be about originally. Ultron. That and what happens when you find out that Tony Stark tech gets into the wrong hands. Well, those hands were probably Ultron, maybe Justin Hammer and some other people as well, but we already have the announcement that James Spader is returning to voice Ultron once again for Vision Quest. And now insiders are stating that there is going to be another character in Vision Quest that is most likely going to be Tommy, Wanda's other son, because if one son gets reincarnated, then the other son probably did as well. And we already know, based off of WandaVision and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, all Wanda wants is her family. So now her 2 sons will have returned, and Vision will essentially regain all of his memories that the original Vision had throughout the show of Vision Quest, essentially becoming that original Vision, making him return. So her whole family is back. She's not just going to stay away from that. Now, what is interesting is that in the comics, she actually uses Doctor Doom to help her with a lot of magic. And if Wanda is indeed with Doom, or she's encountered Doom in the MCU and he knows sorcery, and he's as strong with it as he is in the comics, in which he is going to be the big bad, so I hope he is, perhaps she asked Doctor Doom to help her with bringing back her kids. Now, whether or not he is the actual cause for their reincarnation or not doesn't really matter. They've returned. But if they are going down a Children's Crusade comic storyline, then it might end with Vision and her kids, and maybe even the Avengers, trying to save her from Doctor Doom. And honestly, that would be a pretty killer story to do in the MCU, building up Doctor Doom to be this very huge big bad villain. I think it would be awesome, but go ahead, let me know your thoughts about this in the comments down below. It looks like Marvel Studios has basically confirmed, yeah, she's coming back. Just wait a little bit longer. So let me know how excited you are for that in the comments down below. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the latest MCU news. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.